Well, hello, I'm Andres Gonzalez, and I'm going to talk about a lecture that Teacher Bogart told us to read today, Thursday. The name of the lecture is Living Broke. Well, this lecture, I understand it talks about uh, a widow man, an adult man who say he's not poor, he's living broke. He says the difference is that broke it's like not a state of being like when you're poor you declare yourself poor and you are like apart from the people, and he says he's living broke because he hopes someday he will change his state. Well, the guy from Canada, he says he's living by a pension and that's most of his profit, and he begins to explain like where does he buy things, where does he buy his food, his clothes. He goes to some stores. I don't remember the name of the stores. They're called. Let me see. Uh, Thrift stores. Sorry, they're like special stores, like for people who doesn't want to waste a lot of money in essential things. I think there's a comparison here in Mexico. We have some of those stores. Some of them are like IMSS, Instituto Mexicano del Seguro Social stores, and you can buy all your essential things that you need in your house, but cheaper. So this guy begins to tell us that he wants to change. He has talents that God gave him, and he wants to change his situation. He has many talents, but none of them have made him money. So he wants to change his situation. He also says that he's a guy who has 3 children. The 3 of them, he says, they're good kids, and he begins to tell like steps or advices of how to buy things, and like for example the fruit, not to buy fresh fruit because it's not as cheap as normal fruit. He buys like bananas, apples, grapes, and all that stuff. And well, I think we can appreciate many things in this lecture. Like, you don't always have to be rich to be happy. Sometimes, yeah, you feel like money is happiness, and if you have a lot of money, you can spend it, and it doesn't is so essential. But he tells us that he's okay buying like $2-3 clothes, good clothes in some of that stores, and that kind of things tell us that we don't need money to be happy. It certainly helps, but it's not essential as we always think it is. And we can get some advices like where to buy things, how to buy, and sometimes our pride is bigger than our intelligence. Sometimes we doesn't want we don't want to live like from other people help. But sometimes we need to swallow that pride and ask for help, because if you need help, you need to ask it. And as he says in the lecture, the pride does not feed your kids. And I don't know, some of those advices I think they're very good, like the clothes, the stores, how to buy food. And he also he also talks stories like from Christmas. He worked to a company, and that company gave presents to his child, and their faces, their expressions in their faces were worthless. Like, he felt very good. And well, I think he's embarrassed of living broke, but I think he has made his way through life. I think he wants to get better, but I think you don't have to be ashamed of what do you have and what you don't, because that's life. Sometimes you can have it all, sometimes you don't, There are some people who work their ass off to get all the money they can and all the the commodities that they want to have, but they can't. And sometimes there are useless people who doesn't work, who can't do anything well, but they have rich dad and they can have the life they want. That's life. We have to accept it and be happy with whatever you have. And well, I think that's all. Thanks, Bogart. That's my video, and see you soon.